Bart Sibrel's our guest, SIBREL.com. Bart, what do you think about NASA going back to the moon? I mean, that's if they ever get the rocket to work.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? 50 years ago, when they had 1 millionth the computing power of a cell phone,
Mm-hmm.
they went from never being in space to walking on the moon in 8 years. Now, with 50 years better technology, it takes 18 years to develop the Artemis rocket, which didn't launch the first time, or the second time, or the third time. And it's only going to orbit the moon and not land, and with no one on board. So, how can they go from
Mm-hmm.
never being in space to walking on the moon in 8 years with 1 millionth the computing power of a cell phone when 50 years later it takes 18 years just to orbit the moon unmanned? You see that? So, what that means is for the first time in history, technology was greater in the past than in the future. So, seeing how that's impossible, unfortunately, it means the moon landings were a forgery.
So basically, yeah, as far as I see it, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, it's inevitable because as time goes by,
Mm-hmm.
the moon landing fraud becomes more and more and more apparent. And then all those people who had it burned in their consciousness that it was real, they're dying off, and objective people are looking at it, and the truth is being exposed.